Hello again, VC, Vinyl Community, Dan here. Welcome back to Vinyl Fury. The program, the application that I was using to film the last video on my phone gave me some trouble. The audio and video got out of sync at a couple points, and hopefully I was able to fix that mostly in post-production, but I'm using a different thing now, so hopefully that doesn't happen. And I'm going to show a few more records, some used pickups. I think all of them came from Seattle, my last trip. But first, I just wanted to let you know about a musical project of mine that I've been working on for a while. January 2015, my good friend and roommate at the time and partner in the podcasts that I do, co-host, he was working on what was intended to be a solo album, and he was showing me this drum beat that he had, and I really loved it. And he had his keyboard set up, plugged into his recording program, had some pads, some plugins going, and I just started playing some stuff over it that sounded really cool to us both, and we, tried out a few different tones, and just recorded what I was doing over this drum beat. I just kind of improvised some stuff over it. I thought it sounded really cool, and the next day he's like, okay, so we're making an album, and we're going to be called Bandages. And that's literally how it started. One night we're just goofing around, and the next day we're planning on making a record. And we did that. Over this past year, we tracked the sketches, the foundations of the songs pretty quickly, and then kind of built on them over time musically. And then when it came to vocals and lyrics, we had like a whatever feels right, go for it kind of approach. So I would, especially for my parts, I'd go up with him, and I would just kind of sing melodies, hum melodies. We'd figure out some words to go to it, and once it felt right, we just tracked it. And it was really awesome to do it that way, to just let inhibitions down and just do what felt right at the time, and that was going to be what it was. So a very collaborative project between the two of us. He goes by Daft Atlas, and in this project I go by Ghost Whiskey. And like I said, the project is called Bandages, and we just released our self-titled debut album today, New Year's Eve, which hopefully I'm timing this right. It should be available in all the major digital places, iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, all that stuff. But the best place to get it is Bandcamp. Bandagesmusic.bandcamp.com. There you will be able to choose your format, FLAC, Apple Lossless, MP3, whatever you want, even WAV. And you get the lyrics too, and all the artwork that I made for it, including the liner notes, image, and a back cover. All that stuff will be included in the download that you get from Bandcamp. That's the best way to do it, in my opinion. It's hard to explain what the music sounds like. It's eclectic. I don't really have an example to liken it to. There's elements of hip-hop, there's elements of post-rock, there's elements of alternative rock, there's elements of ambient music, what some would call dark wave, I think. It's a concept album about life and death and redemption, darkness and light. It's a journey this character takes throughout the album. If you read the lyrics, you can kind of follow along. It was really a lot of fun to do. We did the entire thing ourselves, from inception to recording to mixing and mastering. We did everything. I mastered it. First time I've ever mastered music I've learned a lot working on the podcast that I do about compression and equalization and programs and stuff. So I kind of took on that task myself, and it was hard, but I think it turned out pretty well. Except where noted in the liner notes, a friend of ours played guitar on a couple tracks. We had some guest vocals, and there was a couple passes made at mixing by a friend of ours. A lot of what he did is still there, but we kind of took over and did the rest of it ourselves. So I'm really proud of that. That for better or worse, we did the entire thing on our own, the way we wanted to, and however we were able to do it on our own. And that was really cool to do. So I don't know if I'm selling this to you, but if you're interested at all, if you're interested in hearing the output of music of somebody that maybe you've watched my videos maybe for a while and seen the type of music that I listen to and the variance of genres and stuff, the type of output somebody makes out of all these influences, it may be surprising to you with the way it sounds. I guess I've even said I tracked most of the live bass, all but one song I think, sang one song called for some screaming that I did. That was interesting to do again. I haven't done that in a long time. And did some keys on a track. Overall very collaborative, and I'm proud of the way it turned out. And I guess I'll stop rambling about it now, but like I said, bandagesmusic.bandcamp.com. Stream it. You can download it for free if you want. You can pay something if you want to, but definitely go to Bandcamp and get it in whatever format that you want. And let me know what you think. There's also Bandages YouTube channel, which has the full album stream that I'll leave a link to. And thanks for checking it out. And maybe I'll talk more about it later. And I'm really interested to hear what people think. We've been working on it off and on for almost a year. It's really cool that it's finally out there and out of our brains. And it's going to be interesting to see and hear what people think of it. So let me know. And now I'll show you some more records. Just a sec. Okay, so some used finds from my most recent trip to Seattle. When was that? September? October? A little while back. As always, found some more Sonny Stitt from my collection. This is In Style. I got Barry Harris, George Duvier, I believe I'm saying correctly, and Jimmy Cobb. Let's see, this is from 1982 on Muse Records, and let's see, it was recorded in 81, so one of his last recordings. I have something like 40 Sonny Stitt records now, and for some reason, always seem to find a few new ones that I don't have when I go to Seattle, which I'm always grateful for. Here's another one, Sonny Stitt, Pow, with Benny Green, Kirk Lightsey, Herman Wright, and Roy Brooks. It's from 82 as well on Roulette Records. Another one for the Sonny Stitt collection. Pat Metheny, Bright Side's Life. This is an ECM. Yeah, I got this at Drive Time, one of my favorite stores to visit. 1976 on ECM. I enjoy some Pat Metheny guitar music from time to time. See Ralph Towner and John Abercrombie. This one is also on ECM. This was a little bit expensive, $7.99. Usually I only pay between $1 and $5 for ECM stuff. But John Abercrombie is highly regarded here in the vinyl community, so I figured it'd be worth getting. This needs to be cleaned. I listened to it. There's a lot of static and stuff. So for $8, I wasn't too happy with the way that it sounded. But good music, of course. Also 1982 on ECM. Ron Carter, Pastels. This was an interesting album. Ron Carter is a bass guitarist. It's 1976, Milestone Records. Some interesting stuff on here. Let's see, arrangements by Ron Carter and Don Zabesky, which is a name that I'm familiar with from collecting records. It's been a bit since I listened to this one. I'm only showing the ones that I've actually listened to. There's more from that trip. If I remember correctly, there's some interesting string arrangements and stuff on this album. Pretty cool. On Verve, this is Stan Getz, Focus. And if I remember correctly, this was a great album to listen to. It says here, the most provocative jazz album of the year. The superb improvisation of Stan Getz, the brilliant composition of Eddie Sauter. The new jazz masterpiece for tenor saxophone and string orchestra. It was a great listen. This is probably $5. Probably a Jive Time. I don't have the sticker on here anymore. But a great jazz record. And also from Jive Time, $3 is Sammy Davis and Count Basie. I just, based on that cover and the people alone, I had to get this one. This is fun to listen to. I don't have much by Sammy Davis Jr. This is arranged and conducted by Quincy Jones, so it has that Quincy vibe to it. And there's some kind of, there's probably scripted banter in between takes, stuff that was fun to listen to. Yeah, not bad. I'll definitely keep this one. So mostly jazz in that haul. And I still have notes of records that I haven't shown yet. Some of them from the last several months to a year, even more. I just haven't gotten around to. And who knows when my next video is going to be. But until then, thank you for watching. Still watching videos. Still glad to be part of the vinyl community here on YouTube. While I still have maybe a couple minutes to record, I was just going through some of my subscriptions and some suggested videos based on my subscriptions from YouTube. A lot of people that I used to watch haven't made videos in quite some time. Dark Side of the Zoom, it's been, I think, a year or more since his last video. Travis, what's his handle? Vinyl on Video or something like that? It's been almost a year since one of his. There's a bunch of them. I was even surprised, at how many people's channels that I have not seen any activity from. And some of them I kind of like, oh, I totally forgot about that channel. What happened to them? The VC is definitely a different place. There's probably a lot of people I've never even seen before. I really don't even know how big it's gotten at this point. I've kind of just kept my subscriptions. I don't think I've subscribed to any new channels in quite some time. And a lot of people that I used to watch no longer make videos. So, at least I come back here once in a while. I do it whenever I can, and I'd love to do it more. It's just, only so much time, and I don't really buy as much, so it takes a while before I have enough to really get together and make a video for. Anyway, I think I've done enough for now. I appreciate you watching, subscribing, commenting, all that stuff. Thanks for checking out the record. If you do, I would appreciate it. And like I said, it's a concept album. We're proud of all the songs individually, but we definitely intended it to be heard, and we crafted it to be heard as a whole. So, if you can, try to listen to the whole album to see how it all comes together. And, no two tracks really sound much alike. There's a common thread, but you'll find that the tracks definitely vary when put against each other. Anyway, thanks for watching. Until next time, take care and enjoy your music.